Welcome to Redink Tutorials. This time I will show you how to use Redink for translations, which is very easy actually. You basically go and select the text you want to have translated, for example, to German. Those are the two predefined languages. You can change them in the configuration file if they are not fine for you. For me, German is the other language I use very often, and I will have this now translated. I've selected the text and I'm waiting for the AI to respond, and here is the response. It's translated into German with the formatting preserved, and I could now continue to work on this. If you want to translate full documents, so more than just a few paragraphs, you can do the same thing as you can do with correct. Here you would need to go into this menu, translate text and files, but make sure nothing is selected, because if you selected it, then it will automatically go and translate. So if I've selected something and I choose translate text files, it will assume I want to translate the selected part and will ask me here what the language is I want to have it translated, which of course works, but I want to show you how to translate entire documents. And to do so, unselect everything and go to translate text and files again and click on it. Now you get the same window that you already get from the correct feature. And you could now go and basically pull, drag and drop the document or documents inside here. You can have a full set of other documents. You could go, but also say, I want to use the currently active document, which I will do. I will have to enter the target language, which I'll say is German. And then I basically say, yes, preserve formatting. It's the same type of thing you already know from correct if you've already seen the video. And you will then have to wait for a moment because it will do this in batches. And now it's done. The translation appears on your desktop. Here is the letter in German with everything preserved in here. So that's an easy way how to translate things. There are also additional features that may help you. What you have seen here, what we've already been using is the dictionary. You have seen here when we went into that, and let's select here a text. Let's add here a text. This is about personal data. It's just to show you why I'm adding this. And now I go and say translate text and files. If I select German, I can do so, then it will translate it. And then it will translate this into the way how it's normally done in Germany. Personenbezogene Daten, that's the German translation, the standard translation, so to speak. If I want the translation to use my specific dictionaries, it is possible to define a group-wide, a central dictionary of how certain things are to be translated, but it's also possible to define your own one. I will now go and select translate text and files. And here you see the button, this is the user dictionary. And I will say now, personal data is Personendaten. From English to German, use take whatever language I want. It's not so important. I will basically save this in here, give the instructions. I can also give other types of instructions, how things are to be translated, and other rules I want the system to comply with. And I'll say now save. So that's now saved, and I say now German as the target language. And now this will be used And you see, now it has translated it in the right way as I want to have it. Not personenbezogene Daten, but Personendaten. So this is the translation I've used. So this is a way how you can control how translations are done. We also have another feature that you may like. It is sitting in a different location in Outlook, actually, which is why I will now open Outlook. And this is my Outlook client. And in the Outlook client, without opening an email, go to the main menu. And there you will find Translate on the Fly. And if you click Translate on the Fly, then a small widget will open, and now you can minimize Outlook. Outlook has to run because this sits within Outlook, and we've put it into Outlook because Outlook is usually always running. And you have now a small widget that can help you to translate immediately words that you don't know how and what the best meaning would be. And I will now use this and enter bank. And bank is now in German means a lot of different things. And now you see here basically this is the different translations, how you could translate bank to English, because this was the target language I have in here. So it does not just translate the term with the most common translation, it actually gives you all kinds of meanings and explains what those meanings are. And if you want to take one of this, for example, sofa, I just click on it and now it's in the clipboard and I can insert it in my text. I could also go the other way around and could double click on it and it will now show me how can I again translate it back in different ways. So that gives you better control and better understanding of what to use and how to use different words. It even goes as far as that you can go and basically add here legal English and say here Eingabe, it's a kind of submission, and it will now basically translate this to the different technical terms and explaining again what they actually mean. So, and you can give him a lot of different text. It's not limited to one word. I would say zwei Fliegen mit einer Klappe schlagen. This is an idiom, and it will then come back to me and basically show me how this is translated. And this works in all directions and is very helpful. This concludes what I wanted to show you about translations. And by the way, all of this also works in Excel. And of course, you can also use translation for emails. And when responding to emails, that works there as well. This concludes it. And thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next video.